Mitch McConnell, $2,000 stimulus checks are in. Second stimulus check update. Welcome back, you guys. It's Ron here with your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update. I hope you guys are doing very well today on this Thursday, December 31st of December. Guys, it's freaking New Year. You guys ought to be feeling pretty amped up. And your boy, Mitch McConnell, just joined the push for $2,000 stimulus checks. What the heck else are we waiting for, right? And I'm also going to give you guys the latest updates on Nancy Pelosi, President Trump, and the American people, and most importantly, another city that is offering rent and utilities assistance. So I can't wait to share all of this information with you guys. And so definitely stick around until the end of this video so that you don't miss any of these details. But first, I want to say welcome back to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And for those who are brand new to the channel, my name is Ron. We cover all things personal finance, investing, how to generate multiple streams of income, and of course, stimulus check updates and stimulus package updates. So if you have not already, definitely hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so that you know as soon as I release new videos and content. And it's New Year's Eve, guys, and I hope you guys have some champagne, maybe some shot glasses, or maybe even a simple drink to ring in the new year. And what I want to wish all of you guys in the coming year is some peace of mind. So I put together the best and most practical of my financial know-how in a totally free financial freedom movie. So you guys, you can hit the new year, you can hit the financial ground running with all my credit hacks, credit secrets, investing strategies, and tips. And this will actually help you guys to make the most of your stimulus and maybe even be able to, retire early. Wouldn't it be nice to just wake up one day and literally be debt free and owe no money to anyone? Like, I think that would be just totally sick for everyone, right? So anyway, the new year is the perfect time to start on your financial freedom journey. And so hit the link in the description down below. But anyway, let's jump into the content. So the $600 stimulus checks are really coming in, you guys. I'm hearing from all of our community members waking up to $600, $1,200, $2,400 in their bank accounts from all over the place, like Florida, Ohio, New York, and many others are saying that their payments are already pending for Friday until early next week. So I just want to say Happy New Year to all of you guys, and show me some love in the comments. Drop me a Happy New Year's and say Happy New Year's to all, all of our community members here, just spread the love, right? So that's great news to hear, but let's definitely see where else stimulus checks are coming in from. And guys, if you've received your stimulus check already, just drop me a comment down below, let me know where you're from so we can do a quick survey. And for those of you guys who are waiting for your stimulus checks in the mail, the good news is that the IRS and the Treasury have already confirmed that the first batch of stimulus checks and debit cards are really already in the mail. So much earlier than we first anticipated and a lot earlier than it took, in the previous CARES Act. So there's a lot of good news here. And the best part about this is that the $600 stimulus checks that you guys have already gotten may be just the beginning as we see the $2,000 stimulus checks gaining more and more momentum by the day. And coming all the way from zero just a few days ago, you guys, if you guys remember, now we have Mitch McConnell himself, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, actually proposing his own version, his own bill for $2,000 stimulus checks. Now that's crazy exciting, and some crucial differences with his version though is that it's not for $2,000 for all, and it comes with some very tricky strings attached with it. So, first of all, his version of the bill, the $2,000 stimulus checks, they're only for adults. So still $600 for children and nothing at all for adult dependents. So this is vastly different from the original version that the Democrats came out with that gave $2,000 in stimulus checks to everyone, including children as well as adult dependents. And he also tied this to President Donald Trump's other demands just last Saturday when he signed the stimulus package into law. And those are to repeal Section 230 that shields tech companies from, being held liable for what users post and start an investigation into voter fraud in the presidential elections. Now get this, Mitch McConnell himself seems to have realized that his job of Senate Majority Leader is literally tied to this $2,000 stimulus checks all along. And 2 weeks ago, the New York Times reported that in private calls, McConnell described Senator Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, the Republican candidates in the Georgia runoff elections, as getting hammered over an initial lack of support for additional stimulus checks. Now remember, if the Democrat candidates win in the Georgia runoff elections on January 5th, Keep in mind, that's next week, you guys. Then the Democrats will take control over the Senate, and good old Mitch will have to give up his Senate majority leadership and hand it over to Senator Chuck Schumer, who's all for the $2,000 stimulus checks. Now, in fact, he was the first one who raised a vote on Tuesday for it. A vote which Mitch McConnell himself quickly blocked. As soon as it came out of Senator, Chuck Schumer's mouth, he literally just kind of jumped in the way. And a day after, just yesterday, Senator Bernie Sanders requested a vote for the larger payments after the vote of the National Defense Authorization Act, aka the NDAA, and Mitch McConnell again objected. Now, since Mitch McConnell seems to be intent on voting on the NDAA, Sanders blocked this and vowed to let it pass only after Mitch McConnell allows an up or down vote on the $2,000 stimulus checks. And his most recent press release was, if Senator McConnell doesn't agree to an up or down vote to provide the working people of our country a $2,000 direct payment, Congress will not be going home for New Year's Eve. Let's do our job. So yeah, let's get this done, people, right? So Mitch McConnell's own questionable $2,000 stimulus check bill would actually both avoid the act of actually passing $2,000 stimulus checks, because Democrats would never go for the strings that he attached to it, mainly because it would allow Republican senators running for re-election in Georgia's January 5th runoffs to express support for Trump's priorities. In a statement Tuesday, Schumer said if McConnell tries loading up the bill with unrelated partisan provisions, that will do absolutely nothing to help struggling families across the country. Larger direct payments would not become law. He said any move like this by Senator McConnell would be a blatant attempt to deprive Americans of a $2,000 survival check. And if it's just the standalone stimulus checks, then the full Senate would be sure to get all 48 Democratic votes and independents who caucus with them. And so what this means is that we just need 12 of the chamber's 52 Republicans to be on board. And so far, we've heard from several willing Republicans already. Namely, we've got Marco Rubio of Florida, we've got Josh Hawley of Missouri, we've got Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue of Georgia. And Hawley tweeted, "We have the votes. Let's vote today." Like Sanders, Hawley said he would block the defense bill until the Senate votes on the $2,000 stimulus checks. Now, unfortunately, what Mitch McConnell is proposing is a bill with the Section 230 and the election provisions attached to it, and that won't get much support, if any, from the Democrats. Now, keeping the pressure on good old Mitch are House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, President Donald Trump himself, and of course the American people. You guys, me, we're all keeping the pressure on Mitch McConnell. And in a press conference just yesterday, Nancy Pelosi called out Mitch McConnell by saying, "The Democrats and Republicans in the House have passed that legislation. Who is holding up the distribution to the American people? Mitch McConnell and the Senate Republicans. In blocking it, they are in denial of the hardship that American people are experiencing right now, health-wise, financially, in every way. Their lives and livelihood in many cases are on the brink. So they're in denial of that need in denying this benefit. I do hope that in the days ahead, we only have a few days left in the session, that they will see the light and understand the suffering that is going on in this country." Meanwhile, just today, President Trump tweeted $2,000 ASAP. Now, keep in mind, this is a Republican president, the supposed head of their party saying this. And most importantly, in the latest poll from Data for Progress, an overwhelming 78% of American voters support $2,000 stimulus checks. And the same poll adds that among the Republicans polled, still an overwhelming 73% support $2,000 stimulus checks. So basically, that's your voice right there, you guys. And their tweet even called out Mitch himself. So yes, I am actually expecting another breaking news video coming up pretty soon. I'm expecting, Mitch McConnell to, do something in response to this. So make sure you don't miss that next update by clicking the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so that you don't miss out. In other breaking news, it looks like we're going to be seeing the election process being drawn out some more, as Republican senators, including Josh Hawley, are planning to challenge the Electoral College results next week. And remember, this is the final step in the election process to actually confirm President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration on January 20th. And according to Hawley, he said, at the very least, Congress should investigate allegations of voter fraud and adopt measures to secure the integrity of our elections. But Congress has so far failed to act. Now, I just want to ask you guys, what do you guys think about the voter fraud, allegations? Do you guys think that there have been, voter fraud taking place, at a small scale, maybe a large scale? I would love to hear from you guys, because, there's there's quite a bit of mixed opinions on, whether or not there was or there wasn't. Many states have, evaluated what has happened, and they've essentially dismissed cases. So I would love to know from you guys, do you guys actually think that President Trump got, cheated? Do you think that, President-elect Joe Biden legitimately won that election? Drop me a comment down below. Maybe we'll kind of have a future debate on that, but I'd love to know, what you guys think. So drop me a comment down below. The Hill in their article counts 24 Republicans planning to join Hawley on this one. By law, if any member of the House joined by a senator objects to the Electoral College slates, both chambers must debate and then vote on the contest. But the challenge will inevitably fail because Democrats hold a majority in the House, plus a number of Senate Republicans have also recognized Biden's win and are unlikely to sustain the challenge. Mitch McConnell and other leading Republicans also discouraged their members from challenging this process, basically seeing it as a battle that they just can't win. And it would ultimately just drag out the process and make them take an awkward vote. So it looks like Hawley may just be, appealing to Trump supporters and parts of the Republican base for his 2024 presidential bid. Now, in the best news today, I found another local rental assistance program for you guys, and this one is for our community members in Columbus, Indiana. And this particular offer offers up to 3 months in rent or utilities. That's gas, that's water, that's electricity paid directly to your landlord. So definitely hit the link in the description down below for information on that particular application. And I will do my best to forever and always include the latest state and local stimulus and assistance programs near you guys in my upcoming videos. So definitely make sure you keep watching, you guys. And if you guys have missed any of my previous videos, definitely check out my previous videos and the links in the description down below. And a special shout out to my community members who have shared the local programs in the comments. Day after day, like every single day, I see you guys commenting, liking, and subscribing, and it never fails to put a smile on my face. So, always, I just want to send you guys a big thank you, for, making the channel and the community, what it is. What better way to end the year than to send you guys a big thanks, because I'm brand new to YouTube, and I'm just happy to be here, and this channel wouldn't be anything without you guys. So I just want to say thank you very much. So definitely show some love and like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And I also want to share the very best of my financial know-how with you guys so we can all pursue the financial freedom and happiness journey together. We always hear about our lawmakers talk about debt. So, I figured now would be a good time to kind of talk about good debt versus bad debt. And instead of talking about the national debt, let's focus on personal debt, the kind of debt that actually works for you and those kinds of debts that actually work against you. Now, first off, I just want to kind of improve on the oversimplification of the word good, when we're talking about debt, so you got good debt, as money owed for things that can actually help you build wealth or actually increase your income over time, such as student loans, which, that's kind of debatable, but, I'll put that in that bucket. And then you've got, mortgages or a business loan. And then you've got bad debt as things like credit cards and other consumer debt that will do very little to help your financial outcome. Now, again, this is an oversimplification because there are also times when student loans, mortgages, and even business loans can actually work against you. So, just think about it. If you got a student loan, for $100,000 to potentially land you a job that's only going to pay you $35,000 a year, that would be a great example of what you don't want to do. So that would be bad debt. And so not all degree programs are created equal. And the rule of thumb here is that you basically shouldn't borrow any more than you can expect to earn in your first year on the job. So for example, if you're pursuing a master's in education and the average starting salary for someone from your school with that particular credential is $65,000 a year, then I wouldn't be looking to take out any more than $65,000 in loans in order to fund that degree. Now, this is just a random example I decided to give you guys, but to be very honest with you, I'm not even a big fan of student loans, but just to kind of give you guys some perspective. And I would even consider even less debt if you're graduating into a very shaky economy, maybe even an unstable job market like right now. And if you're going to school right now or considering going back, our current national and global situation should be a factor in your decision, especially since the lingering effects of the pandemic recession may still be there after you graduate. So you kind of want to be, looking ahead, what are you actually getting yourself into? A lot of people aren't, thinking that far ahead. They're just kind of like, I'm just going to go to school and I'm going to get a degree and make more money. And, you know, a lot of people aren't really thinking ahead to figure out, you know, what are the best, most intelligent, actionable steps. So really the question you should be asking yourself is, you know, will this debt pay me back more than what I paid into it? So, you know, that's kind of the way you want to look at any type of debt. You know, typically, if you can answer that question when it comes to debt, if you're going to make more than it's costing you in terms of repaying it, including any interest you may be paying, then that's generally a good rule of thumb as to whether or not it's going to be good debt versus bad debt. But we'll definitely continue this talk on good debt versus bad debt in future videos to come. So definitely feel free to ask your questions in the comments down below. I read all the comments, and who knows, I might even feature your question in the future video. But anyway, guys, that's all for the stimulus check update and stimulus package update. You've got Mitch McConnell, who has finally joined the push for $2,000 stimulus checks. You've got the latest for Nancy Pelosi. You've got President Trump and the American people, and of course, another city offering rent and utilities assistance. And so if you haven't already, definitely like this video and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you know as soon as I release new videos and content. And I wish you guys a happy new year, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.